Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 24 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. Where do we start? With Clint Dempsey, of course. All the talk this weekend was about Deuce, and he could potentially have scored a goal on his grand return. But assistant referee CJ Morganti flags him when the freeze frame shows he was probably level with defender Donnell Henry. And now to another returning American export. New Earthquakes defender Clarence Goodson seemed to draw a penalty in the 85th minute when he was pushed off the ball in the box by Vancouver's YP Lee just as they were going up for a header. Referee Ricardo Salazar doesn't call it. But that play was very similar to the one that did earn a penalty kick at Rio Tinto Stadium. Here it was Houston's Adam Moffat who undercuts Olmes Garcia. Referee Jose Carlos Rivero calls it, and Alvaro Saborio slots it home for the winning PK. There were 3 penalty kick shouts in Columbus, but only one was called by referee Alan Chapman. I thought New York's Johnny Steele extended his arm in the 29th minute to block this ball from going into the goal. And that's a 2-for-1 special for me. A penalty and automatic red. But Chapman lets play continue. Now to the one that was called. It's the 61st minute and Marcus Holgerson shoves Chad Marshall to the ground on a set piece, just as the Crew defender was sizing up a header. That was a tough one to see, but referee Alan Chapman gets it right. The third episode came in the 93rd minute when Red Bulls defender Jamison Olave misses on the tackle and chops down the Crew's Bernardo Honor in the box. Even though it was already 2-0 and the game was moments from the final whistle, it doesn't matter. It should have been called. More penalty kick debate in Philadelphia. In the 31st minute, Connor Casey felt he was fouled by DC's Ethan White. But I think this was 2 big guys banging against one another, chasing after the ball. Good no call by referee Eladio Grajeda, who did well not to whistle once again in the 58th minute. No way was this a deliberate handball by Brian Carroll in the box. The ball skips up on him and catches his arm by surprise. Ball to hand. One call from PPL Park that I thought could have been sanctioned a little more severely was this 80th minute tackle by James Riley on Philly's Jack McInerney. Even though Jack Mac seems to get up rather easily, it's a 2-footed studs up challenge. That's a straight red to me. I don't know what Riley's arguing about. To me, he got off easy. There were a few red cards shown in Kansas City. First, New England's Dimitri Mbongo gets his marching orders for the 3rd time this season. He gets a yellow for a stray arm on Aurelien Collan, and then a second for exactly the same thing when his elbow strikes Oriol Rosell. Referee Baldomero Toledo has no choice. Toledo was also forced to show red for this Andy Dorman tackle on Kai Kamara, which could have been an ankle breaker. Endangering the safety of an opponent? Oh yeah! There was a 3rd red card shown to a ref's player, defender Stephen McCarthy, but it was only because Toledo thought he was showing him his 2nd yellow for taking down Benny Feilhaber just outside the box. After figuring out it was only McCarthy's 1st, Toledo rescinds the red card. But my issue with the play is that it looked to me like a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, which is a red card. The easiest red card decisions of the weekend came at the StubHub Center. First, Gabriel Farfan of Chivas USA stomps on Colorado's Shane O'Neill. Yep, no-brainer. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the disciplinary committee decided to add to the automatic 1-game suspension. And then there was the 64th minute ejection to Chivas USA's Tristen Bowen, who spits at Colorado left back Chris Clute. You just can't do that. But what you may have missed is what happens just a minute earlier. Look at Clute coming in with the high leg and studs exposed, nearly doing some serious damage on Bowen. Even though no contact was made, that challenge deserved a straight red for me. There was a 3rd red in this game, this one shown to a Colorado player. It was a 2nd yellow to Colorado's Tony Casio early in the 2nd half for dangerous play on this 50-50 ball. Even though he gets ball, the studs are high up. That's a definite yellow. The cards were right on, but I thought referee Chris Benso missed the penalty kick early in the 2nd half. It's the 62nd minute, and it looks like Colorado defender Drew Moore upends Eric El Cubo Torres just inside the box, but there's no call. With Chivas USA unable to put the match away, Colorado would eventually equalize, but not on this goal, which was called back for offside. Newcomer Vicente Sanchez was clearly ahead of the last defender when the shot was fired toward goal. Offside calls, or the lack thereof, were one of the big talking points in the Dallas-LA game on both of the Blas Perez goals. The freeze frame shows that Super Raton is offside in the 48th minute when Michel delivers the free kick. And it looks like a near identical play in the 86th minute. Here, it's Dallas defender George John who was offside at the start and at the end of the play, impeding Carlo Cudicini on the shot by Perez. No flag in either case by assistant Kevin Doliba. Galaxy coach Bruce Arena felt hard done by in this game. The champs also wanted a penalty kick in the 30th minute as new Dallas midfielder Eric looks to use his arm to block this Marcelo Sarva's cross in the box. And then, in the 88th minute, look at what Michel gets away with on this tackle from behind on Landon Donovan. He got a yellow, but I thought this seriously endangered the safety of his opponent. There was no stopping Landon Donovan on this day. He still got his hat trick. From Dempsey to Donovan. Not too bad for this week's Instant Replay. For editor John Benton, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time.